So somebody asked me how long a truckload full of green waste can feed my goats. It kind of depends. So I have 12 goats, and they're all mature already. Um, but for example, let's just use this pile here. I've got a Ford Ranger load there, and then a Ford F350 load here. And combine all of this green waste, which is avocado, pine, ficus, olive, some magnolia. All of this is stuff that the goats will eat, no problem. Um, so usually a truckload, I can get around 3 to 4 days out of it if it's a small one. If it's a big one, I can get usually a week. So all of this combined will most likely get me 2 weeks worth of forage. And we're taking around, sometimes 5 truckloads a week. So really, the goats never run out of forage. They just always are going to different types of forage, and whatever is left old because they're not eating it or they didn't want to eat it in the beginning, it just becomes mulch for my farm, and it keeps in more of the soil nutrients and humidity when it rains. So it doesn't go to waste, even though they don't eat it. But basically, I just like to give them different forage every few days. That way they're not eating, for instance, if I just had this load of avocado and I gave it to them for 2 weeks, halfway through, they're kind of just like walking around my farm trying to eat plants because they're kind of bored of this. So even though they could get full on it, they don't want to eat it. They want to go eat something new. But by providing forage of trees in different areas around my farm, they never, or I've trained them to not eat any of my plants because they like the forage better. So for instance, if there was an agave in the middle of this pile, they wouldn't go for the agave because this is surrounded by forage. And eventually they start to learn not to eat the plants because they're like, well, there's always forage that's much better than that plant around the plants. So they go to every plant because they know that I put forage around them, but they're not going to necessarily eat the plant. But yeah, I hope that answers the question of how long a truckload of forage lasts. Usually a half a week, 2 to 3 truckloads can usually last me 2 weeks, depending on how big the trucks are. But yeah, if you guys ever, or girls, or get any questions, let me know, and I'll be sure to answer them when I get a chance.